1 minute. Is there sound now? Holy crap. Did I was just speaking this whole entire time with no sound? Do you hear me now? I'm gonna hold on. Um, hold on. I'm responding to an email and I'll reintroduce myself if you can hear me now. I was saw all my light blah blah blahs going, and so I was assuming there's um hold on. I'm responding to an email really, really quickly, and then I'm gonna restart this. Hold on. Uh, hold on 1 second. Okay, now you can hear me. Okay, so 1 second, because a lot of things just happen at one time, and we're gonna get to this really, really soon. I'll redo my introduction and let you know what we're doing. Just um, hold on. Let me just do this really quick. Okay, sorry about that. And so, hello there. Let's try this again. If you are new here, my name is Jules. My pronouns are he, him. And the reason why we're here today is because I'm going to be soon a published cookbook author. And today we are doing the cover reveal for my upcoming cookbook that's due to be published in Canada on May 9th, 2023, and in the US and the rest of the world on May 30th, 2023, called CRIP Up the Kitchen: Tools, Tips, and Tricks for the Disabled Cook. And before we get to the big, huge cover reveal, first we're going to go and do a quick flip through all the journals, planners that got me through this past year. Because 1 year ago today, I had the call with the publisher. And today the book goes off to the printer. And this is how I made it through writing, photographing, 1 round of photography, copy edits, 3 rounds of proofreadings, 2 more rounds of photography, all within a year. That's a lot. That's a really rush schedule. And I haven't looked at this specifically. So until I started the days, I was still staying in my Midori's. And this is just a day free, or daily free, I think it's called. I can't remember the name of this one. No, it's now Traveler's Company. But I was really liking my spreads in here. I'm just gonna flip to some random page, and it's like, why did I stop doing stuff like this? It's so good. Um, but anyways, so this is how I got through my November. And I just want to flip to the 25th of the call. So I had a whole bunch of questions here. And then I continued because there was a whole bunch of questions I had for the publisher. And more of them are here. So that's where things started. And I signed the contract the next day. And then plans, like most of December, was spent planning 2022. And then I started recipe developing and photography, like finished recipe developing and photography at the end of December. Yeah, it's so this is where I started. And then if you've seen the 6 month flip, I mean, let's just look at some. I'm just gonna flip through. Yeah, it was a very quick um, moving year. Some flip in or tip ins for like the recipes and stuff like that. I'm just wondering, is there any dates that? So yeah, these are all like recipe development notes, photography, like important days is how I kept that in this part. But here's some of the. This photograph ended up being in the cookbook. Um, this is not in the cookbook. That's from Food Days. I mean, so yeah, this is how I kept everything Just trying to think if there's that is in the cookbook and it looks a little bit different. So, I mean, it was pretty, this ended up being pretty chunky. My second half of the year is not as chunky because I didn't have as much photography in the second year or recipe development. So there's not as many tip-ins. And if you remember, I kind of fell out during the summer when I was on a break and having a bit of a flare. But this was, I mean, this is good too. I don't know why I'm saying, I mean, this was better, but I like how I decorated this as well. This was a busy 6 months for sure. And then my weeks and my months. I'm not going to do like a complete flip, but this is how I used like the Gantt charts to keep track of different parts of the project. So I used that. I made great use of these beginning parts with like sketches for my photography and my weeks. I want to look back at, I want to see actually, let's go to, so I finished my, oh, hello there, Arliss Ray. Hey there, love your deco. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. You're new. So yeah, this is easy actually to let's look at this because this has some really important dates that I recorded in here. So prelim edits was on January 14th, and let's do it this way, I guess. January 14th. Is this January? Yeah. So it's January 14th, and what that meant is, so I had about, I'd say half of the manuscript done by January 14th, and so I did a quick preliminary edits by that date. And then February 1st is when I finalized my recipe list. So let's go to February 1st and see what that looks like. This is February 1st, and it's just a boom. Hold on, you can't see. So we'll do it like this. I didn't really decorate it, but boom. That's I think an appropriate sticker. And then March 1st was when I submitted the manuscript. So let's go to March 1st and see what that looks like. Are we still in February? Yes, we are. March 1st. So this is what March 1st looks like. I had a mail, little person holding the mail, book, image, and I was also did photography that day. And this is a sketch of the photography that day. And then the next big day was April 1st is when I submitted all of the images for the cookbook. And so this is what April 1st looked like in my journal. Just a bunch of to-dos all day and worked out. I mean, it was a busy day on April 1st. And it was not what's the word I'm looking for? April Fool's Day. So, and then the next day, so then I spent all the rest of May into June, or end of May into June, doing copy edits. And so my copy edits were submitted June 3rd. So let's look at June 3rd, just all the way back here. June, that's the 6th. This is June, Thursday. Oh, that's the 2nd. So June 3rd, this is when I submitted my copy edits. Nothing to see here exciting because I was doing recipe development that day, so that day was covered with a tip in with my notes for that recipe that I was developing. And then had the summer off, and on September, what day is this? September 22nd, we got a new title. So let's flip to, some of this still hasn't been decorated, but let's see. Let's see if I have what I have for September 22nd, which is also a couple of my friends' birthdays and Hobbit days. So September 22nd. So that's what that day looks like. It's a cute fall day. I still have to do my September flip. I'm getting there, I promise. And then October 3rd is when I submitted the round one proof. So October 3rd is, yeah, that's like nothing. I mean, that was pretty much all dedicated to that. And then I got the first like cover. We were decided on the cover direction on November 10th, and I can tell you that is not decorated yet. So November 10th, we decided on a new cover. November 14th is when I submitted my round two proofs and the index. November 22nd is when I submitted round three proofs, and then today the files are off to the printer, and I'm about to reveal to you the cover. And then there's one more journal before I get to the cover that I want to look at, and that is my Hobonichi Cousin, which I used as a project planner to keep track of all the different bigger global moving parts of my cookbook. And so we get to, like, this is January, so this is my cooking schedule, because I had to recook every single recipe in the book and test it, and my photography schedule for January and February. And so this is all cooking and shooting, photography, more photography and cooking. And April, this is when I started food days. I was done. So is there anything in here for December? Yes. That's when I started redoing recipe development and stuff. And then these were all my to-do lists. So I use these as like buckets, kind of like you use in Trello or platforms like that. So these were all the priorities that I had to do, punch list, Instapot recipes that I still had to develop, air fryer recipes that I still had to develop, bread machine recipes that I still had to develop, my photography list for all the like main images in the cookbook. And then this is my second round of photography that I had to do. And then we get back here. And so these were the publisher cookbook guides. I just printed it out on a big, huge sticker, clear sticker. So I kept that in here instead of having to refer to a digital file because it's easier to have it physically. And I didn't want it floating around in loose leaf paper. So I stuck the style guide in here. And then there's lots of it. So these were all like notes to myself of things, like edit notes. When I was editing and I thought of something random that I needed to remember that I had to do, it was like a brain dump right here of things that I had to edit, fix, whatever that I knew before I started the editing process or the copy editing process. I knew these things needed to be dealt with. Questions for the publisher. I didn't end up having any questions for the publisher throughout this time. It was pretty good. Questions for my editor, just a small list of questions for my editor. No questions for marketing yet. This will still be used because I'm just now starting that process with um, um, with my PR lad is what I like to call him. And here's all the recipes, me like figuring out. So I had 64 recipes that I was developing and I had to narrow it down to 50. So this is how I went through the process of that. Um, and then it turned into my photography list. and things I still had to write. Tool tips, things like just miscellaneous things I wanted to make sure was added in the book. Another photography list, um, shopping lists, and other things. My dog, this is where my dog ate part of my journal. So I had props. This is where I was putting lists of things before I put them in my day. So prop lists for shoots, sketches, all that stuff went in here. And then the index dump. Once I got to the index, as I was thinking about my book randomly, I would write down things that I needed to include in my index that I hadn't included already. This was supposed to be Chicago manual style edits. I didn't end up using that. And then this is more like edits that I had to do once I got to the copy editing process that I thought of on top of what my copy editor gave me. And so I number coded it and color coded it. So these were longer lists. So when I looked at the buckets in, where does that go? In here, in my edits list, it's all color coded and numbered here, and I just crossed them off and cross-referenced here. And then round 2, photography. And then here are some printed images of images that I was, as I shot them, like I was considering what, as a like inspiration board of some of the images that would go in the cookbook. So that's how the project planner part of my Hobonichi cousin for my cookbook. So, are you all ready? Are you all ready? Okay. Okay. So, hopefully this works. I have 2 images I'm going to reveal to you all. And the first one is just the cover. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I'm ready for this. So, hopefully this works. And I've never done this before. So, do you see it? That is the front cover. And there, if you were to go to my author website, I'm going to type it into the chat. 1 second. And let me know if you have any, like, what are your comments, questions, all that other stuff, the suspense. So if you go to my author website and click on news, there's a post that kind of tells the story behind the cover and why it's a single spoon. And I'm going to try my best to kind of um, like condense the post or about it. So anyways, a large part of, well, not a large part, almost like the cookbook is based pretty much entirely or revolves around the spoon theory. And it's all about managing your energy. And thank you, Arliss. Um, it's all about managing your energy. The recipes are organized based on how much energy it takes to prepare them, from 1 spoon to all of your spoons. And so, yeah, I like the tie-in to the spooning situation. And this cover design literally was like decided within the last 2 weeks. And that's why I had to have 3 rounds of photography. Because originally it was just going to be a typical, like one of the recipes on the cover, like you typically see with a cookbook, but it didn't speak to the fullness, the content of the cookbook. And so we had so many meetings about it. We just could not get jazzed. And so the publisher, which is a position, acting publisher, she said to me, like, how about she gave me 3 options. The options that we all agreed in was the best was to go text-based. And that's what I like, because the title says everything about the book. And then as I was falling asleep that night, I got an idea of a single spoon on the cover. Or at least is saying that I love that because I have no energy when it comes to cooking. Yeah, a lot of us who are disabled and spoonies don't. And it's everything, like even from how to organize your kitchen so it's the most effective and efficient. And so you can, like, every aspect of the cooking journey is all about conserving spoons. And so at last minute, I'm like, how about I shoot a spoon for the cover? Because it's all about the spoon theory. And then we got the idea to do a honey drip. And thank you, Anomic. So that is why there's a spoon on the front cover. But wait, I'm about to blow your minds with something else. So I'm going to hide this for a moment. And I'm going to show you the whole entire wrap and be prepared to have your face melted. And I'm going to try my best to like enlarge it. I'm so overwhelmed right now. And this is about to melt your faces off. So like hold on to your seats, hold on to your butts. Um, because this is just and I'm gonna try to enlarge bits as I go, but it's kind of difficult, so we'll see how that goes. So that is the complete cover wrap. It's going to be soft cover, and we're not quite sure about the binding yet because we're hoping to have flat lay binding so it stays open because that will be especially helpful for disabled people in the kitchen. And it's soft cover to keep the cost down, but it has flaps. So that from left to right, on the very left is the back flap. And it's just my short one paragraph bio. And then underneath of it, that's an image of Thai basil. And it's the back side of the Thai basil. And let's see if I can do this. Let's see if this works. Come on. Oh, it's not gonna blow up while I'm. Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Um, this is like, whoops, sorry. I want to see if I can make sure. This is like you're gonna see my desk underneath, which is fine. But I'm just trying to see if I can blow this up properly. Sorry about this. Because I want you. Should have thought of a better way of doing this, but I'm not quite sure. One more. Let's do this one more time. Because I want you all to be able to see. I don't know if you can see it like this, but there's like little holes on the back of the leaf. And that's like basically the Thai basil's lungs. That's how they breathe. And so I did not know the Thai basil was going to be part of the cookbook. Um, I knew this image that I'll get to in a second, but yeah, so that's the text. And for people who are visually impaired, low vision, I'm going to read it off to you. So the back flap, and it says, based in Duncan, BC, Jules Sherrod works as a commercial food photographer and stylist, writer, journalist, and outspoken advocate for disability and trans rights. His website, Disabled Kitchen and Garden, and his cookbook, CRIP Up the Kitchen, were born out of the need to include disabled people in the conversation around food. Visit Jules online at disabledkitchenandgarden.ca, polariscreative.ca, and julessherrod.com. And then the back cover. So this image, I'm just scrolling down to the back cover image. It's an antique scale, and on the antique scale there is dill, green onions, beets, carrots, green peppers, russet potatoes, and a head of cabbage, and that is the main vegetables in Dukabor borscht. And then on like where you would add the weights to the antique scale is a russet potato. And then on the surface, the tabletop surface, which is a brown um, um, mahogany cutting board. There's a glass bottle of whipping cream, some celery that you can barely see, and an onion, a white onion that has like the stalk on it that you like pulled out of the ground. That you can like it's cut off in this. You can see it in the full image. And there is some spam that I need to block. Can I do that? Oh, no, I have to switch over to the other stop. Switch over to, okay, hold on. I'm trying to remove. There we go. There we go. Okay. So let's back to the street. So, um, thank you, Anomic. Anomic is saying great job. So, um, yeah. And then there's another russet potato down there. So that's the back cover. And on the back cover is a quote from me. And it says there was a time I could I would easily spend 5 hours cooking for myself or guests. Cooking brought me so much joy. Then disability and chronic illness took over and I couldn't cook. I hated it. One time or over time I began to discover products and develop strategies that allowed me to reclaim the kitchen. I created recipes that would not only feed my body but also my soul. I felt that joy once again. There is a saying, nothing about us without us. Join me in reclaiming the heart of the home and the word CRIP to celebrate the things that make us disabled at any age and every stage. And then one of the blurbs for the book, it's underneath of it says, so much more than a cookbook. It's an empathetic and expert guidebook full of tips, tricks, and recipes that help this disabled senior safely equip, organize my kitchen, then plan, prep, cook, store, and enjoy tasty meals. Embracing the diversity of food and the diverse energy levels of aging with a disability, it's a must have. And that's from Dorothy Ellen Palmer, author of Falling for Myself. And then we get to the spine, which is just the tide, like the main title and my name. Front cover, I've already talked about, is my name, the spoon, and it says Crip Up the Kitchen, tools, tips, and recipes for the disabled cook. And then we get to the inside or the front cover flap. And the top says cripping up or cripping, crip up, a term used by disabled disability rights advocates in academia to signal back taking power, to lessen stigma, and to disrupt ableism as to ensure disabled voices are included in all aspects of life. And then the marketing copy. The kitchen is the most ableist room in the house, but with three key tools, the electric pressure cooker, air fryer, and bread machine, Jules Sherrod strives to make it accessible and enjoyable space for the disabled and neurodivergent cook. Crib Up the Kitchen includes 50 recipes, guidelines for pantry prep, meal planning, shopping, kitchen organization, and tips for cooking safely, all taking into account varying physical abilities and energy levels. Organize from least to greatest effort, or from one to all your spoons for spoonies, beginning with spice blends and bases. Jules presents thoroughly tested, inclusive recipes for making favorites like butter chicken, Jules's effing good chili, Thai winter squash soup, roast dinners, matzo balls, pho, samosas, borscht, shortbread, lemon pound cake, and many more. Jules provides a step-by-step guide to safe canning, a template for preparing your freezer and pantry for post-surgery, rich accompanying photography and food histories, complete nutritional information, and rigorously tested methods. If you're craving the economy and satisfaction of cooking of home but have been turned off by the ableist approach to most cookbooks, this one's for you. And Anomic is saying, yay, for help in the kitchen in any way possible. Yes. So, or in her, in yeah. So that is the cover, and I'm so. If you go to my um link tree, I'm actually I will here. I'm going to put it back to my desktop so we can have a conversation. So pre-order links are on my author website, and um, hold on a second. I'm getting some DMs. Um, hold on a second. Someone is saying that there's a 404 on something. Hold on. Someone's telling me that they're getting a 404. That is weird. Huh. Okay, one second. I have to fix something. Sorry, everybody. That is weird. That is weird. I have to 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm getting Twitter messages saying that there's 404s happening, and I need to do something. Edit. How about you talk amongst yourselves while I do something? I don't understand why that's 404ing. I'm resharing. So that's weird. That is very, very weird. Um, nope, I need to do, hmm. Okay, 1 sec. Sorry, I need to do something very quickly. Um, this is not, it's very strange. Um, that is weird. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting like, no, it's working for me. So I don't understand why. Hmm, that is strange. 1 sec. I need to do something. I'm getting, sorry. Let me check chat here in a real quick moment. Anomic is saying they were able to get the links to work except for Amazon USA. Okay, I will fix that. Um, okay, this is I gotta fix this. Hold on. No, I don't. I think so. No, I do. 1 sec. No, that will work. I think. Okay, this is weird. That is very weird. People are telling. So I shared the link on Twitter. I'm gonna try and so I'm getting messages on Twitter saying that the link to my website that I tweeted is doing a 404, and but it's working for me. So I don't understand what is going on here. Boom. Let's maybe, and I'm trying to fix that. There we go. Okay, so that's working. I'm gonna do, it was a caching issue. Um, Sorry. I'm really trying hard here to. This is what happens. It's like everybody at the once is like trying to visit the site, and so the Amazon US page isn't working, and I will fix that afterwards. So yeah, that's bizarre. So I can fix that afterwards. I'm just getting um, a million messages. Because of course I am, right? So, okay. Do you have any questions? Let me fix this. Let me see if I can fix this though. Because this is oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Do you have any questions? Do you have comments other than it being awesome? Like, do you want me to read the post to you on my website, or have you read it already? Let me link directly to it in chat, maybe. Um, you have like, I mean, people who have been here, like Anomic, you've been here through the whole entire thing. So maybe all your questions, your beginning glishes are inevitable. So maybe here's a link to the actual post that describes like just this year and how the cover would not have happened if it were not for like just that complete luck of getting the publisher that that I got, and the team that she assembled to make sure that this book is um, the best possible book it can be for the audience that it is intended to serve. And I really would not have been able to get through this year if it were not for that team, for sure. And I'm saying, I know it seems like it was along for a large part of the process. Yeah, I'm pretty like you were. I mean, there's a lot of people who watch my live plan with me's on replay, but you have been here like for quite a while now. Like it's not insignificant amount of time that you've been watching me plan every single week, um, and all that other stuff. So, um, yeah. Okay, so I mean, if you have any questions, I think this is so I can fix links and stuff and deal with. But I think we're done. I mean, I wanted to do like 40 minutes to an hour, and we're at the 40-minute mark. So unless you have questions, um, I think we're gonna wrap this up, and I'll wait for people in chat to chime in and let me know if they have questions. And if not, then I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. GMT, as I finally get to plan in my biz. Now, like I saying, excited for you. Congratulations again. Thank you to everybody. And yeah, so let's just wrap this up. Pre-order. I will save I will check the Amazon link and fix it. And yeah, thanks for celebrating with me this very long or this milestone. And I hope you have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, bye.